Hey there, welcome to my channel. We're going to go ahead and we're going to jump right into it. What are 5 things every car owner should know how to do? So of course, first thing most important, know how to check your fucking oil. It kind of blows my mind the amount of people that will just not ever check their dipstick or will just blindly follow the manufacturer's suggested mileage on oil intervals. And we can get into the details on that a little bit later, but it's one of the most basic things you can do to check on your vehicle's health. Just look at your dipstick. Pull up your hood, pull up the bonnet, figure out where your dipstick is, see what your levels are. Get into the habit of doing it. Seriously, just every few weeks, make it a weird little habit. Pop the hood real quick, take a look at it, see what the color of it is, see how high or low it is on the dipstick there. And, go from there. Of course, if you got some black oil, it's very sticky or it's low, it's probably time for an oil change. You've got to lubricate all those moving parts. Parts create friction, friction creates heat. It's also, let's be honest, it's the most common and basic routine maintenance that you can realistically do at your home. This doesn't require any special tools. You can go to any store, you can go get some of those little rhino ramps, and not even that, you can just get some wood, get a few wood blocks. I remember my first ramp was just a few wood blocks and I would just drive up onto it. And yeah, you just get at that thing elevated, get up under it, you'll find the oil plug. It's not too hard. Go ahead and drain that out, take care of the filter too, let it sit there, let it all drain out, pull it out from under, take a look at what your oil looks like. That'll tell you how your car's feeling inside. The darker it is, the worse. How does it smell? Does it smell like it's burning oil? Does it have any other colors? Is it the forbidden chocolate milk? There's so much information that you can learn from it just by doing an oil change. And again, especially with how expensive things are nowadays. Just an oil change, it's ridiculous. Like, that people are asking $100 for an oil change, knowing good goddamn well, you've paid $40, $50 between the filter and 4 quarts. We're talking mainly about 4 cylinders for your average vehicle. V8's, bigger engine's going to take a little bit more oil. We understand that, and going to cost a little bit more. But for a Honda Civic to cost $110 for an oil change is absolutely insane. Especially when you know for a fact, again, the filter is about $10 and you're going to spend about maybe $40 to $50 on oil itself. Number 2. So watch Mojo immediately right at the gate. Check and reading tire pressure. Again, this is so simple. It's going to help save you from so many headaches. Just getting in the habit of just, again, when you check your oil, check your tire pressure too every now and then. Know how your car feels. Be familiar with your vehicle so that you can tell when something's just not quite right. So we'll talk about how to read your tire pressure and what pressure should that be at. So these are actually pretty simple. It's going to be determined on your type of usage. And I'll probably make a whole other video about just the complexity of tires and choosing what tire you want for how you're going to be using your vehicle. Even in a daily driver situation, those kind of decisions matter about where you live. So like us in Virginia, we're in Southern Virginia and we're south of the Blue Ridge mountain range. So what that means is we're pretty dry. So like summer tires, sport tires work really well here because even when winter does come around, maybe 2 days of snow, 3 possibly, and that's mostly just geographical stuff, cold fronts coming over from west and smashing up against mountains and getting broken apart. So yeah, we tend to not get a lot of that colder, snowy weather, so we don't really have to worry about really tough, deep treaded all-terrain tires. And that's just, again, brief example. I'll probably definitely go into another video. I may or may not even have it linked here, just trying to think ahead. The imaginary me pointing to myself as I walk around my kitchen having schizophrenic conversations with myself. Yeah, back to tires, though, tire pressure stuff. And from that expansion and contraction back and forth and being exposed to all of those elements over and over and over and over for years, everyone loves a used tire, but you gotta be careful about the years, because even if it looks like it's a brand new tire, but it's a 7-8-year-old tire, it could be just as unreliable. It could be entirely dry rotted out. This is just the unfortunate nature of rubber products, and tires especially. Also, your tires can just tell you so much. When you got to get it up over there, you're doing your oil change, you're checking your pressure, take a look at it, run your fingers across it, put the car in neutral. I know it may come as a surprise, but most of them actually aren't that heavy, especially if you're driving a normal commuting car. You can see your old tire and you see you've got different markings on the inside, on the outside. Maybe it's got a flat spot or a bump because you're not feeling stuff just right. They can tell you a lot. They can tell you maybe control arms going out, ball joints. It actually tells you your alignments out as well. So it's very informative just to actually pay attention to those old tires when you get this taken off, see if there's any uneven wear and tread. Because if there is an uneven wear, you have an issue somewhere. It's usually somewhere within your alignment, and you need to figure that out. Number 3, wipers and hydrophobic treatments. Your wiper blades, come on, man. This is, you got to be able to see. Come on, like, I don't want to deal with you with your foggy headlights going, oh, I'm gonna put boiling water on it. Oh, I'm just gonna wipe it off with the inside of my sleeve on the inside of my car. That'll be fine. It's covered with ice and snow, and I can't see my passenger seats or my rear view window. But I'm just gonna drive anyways at 65 miles an hour. It's perfectly okay. I don't care that it's raining and I can barely see, and I'm putting everyone else's life around me at massive risk. So yeah, just change your wiper blades. They're cheap. They're like $15. They're $15. They're $15. Just go change them. It's pretty easy to tell, when they're not working, and when you notice they're not working, just go do it. Most of these are really simple nowadays, especially if you've got an older model car. Most are just a little clip and a little J-hook. More often than not, if you buy them at a major auto parts retailer, you can usually ask the nice person behind the counter to install them for you, and they'll usually never complain about it if you're a little unsure. But also, I want to advocate for our great friend YouTube. There's so much stuff here to learn. Just utilize it. Type in your make and model and windshield wiper replacement, and there's probably someone that's got a 5-minute YouTube short telling you how to. But yeah, visibility doofus, don't make it harder than it needs to be, and just be safe. Now, I did mention wipers in this, but there's also a little bit of an alternative. Now, if you're feeling real good about yourself, and again, depending on where you live, I think this is very geographically centered. It is very realistic to actually just hydrophobically treat your front windshield. Now, of course, if you do that and you do a full hydrophobic treatment, it means you're not running windshield wipers, because that's just going to create your treatment's not going to stay there long when it's constantly trying to get rubbed off. And hydrophobic treatments are really cool. A lot of wraps nowadays are by default hydrophobic, and it's just really cool. A lot of detailing work that you can get. Seeing that water just beat up, it's very cool. It's almost kind of like when you're driving at night with the snow a little bit, and kind of, you're going through the galaxy. You got some Star Wars reference. That it is a treatment. It will have to be managed and treated again in time like any other treatment will. Number 4. I kind of mentioned this a little bit before. Again, you spent thousands of dollars on something. Because as the great Tom Hanks said in a heartbreaking film, that I can't remember the name of now, it's a machine. You take care of it, it'll take care of you. And that's just simply be familiar with your car. This is anywhere from 2,000 to 8,000 pounds of metal that's keeping you and everyone else around you alive while you hurl yourself at 60 miles an hour down a straight. Basic safety, know your car. Know how it likes to behave. Know where its limits are. Know where it likes to be. Know where its grip is, how it behaves again. What the vehicle likes, what it dislikes, and even more so, know your driving limit. I know everyone wants to Paul Walker, Fast and the Furious. We're going to be Max Verstappen practicing on the back roads of my Honda Civic. And I get it. I was there at one point, but you got to do it safely. In order to do it safely, you need to know your car. And honestly, there's a bunch of different ways that you can simply do this without being a danger to those around you as well. I really do encourage, especially to new drivers, when you get your first vehicle, whatever it is, it doesn't matter if it's your vehicle, it's yourself, your mom's. Almost all of us start driving your mom's SUV. That's like your first car. That's like the weird rite of passage. Like, that's the learner's vehicle. And then when you get your actual license, maybe you saved up money. Maybe you had parents that were cool that actually bought you a car. Most of us had to save up over... Shout out to my 1994 Toyota Celica GT. I miss you. The car was amazing. But to get back to my point, test it. Test the vehicle. Go to some big empty parking lot that I know that you have somewhere near you. Oh, I don't have somewhere to practice. Yes, you do. Go to Walmart at 2 a.m. You're good. But yes, test it. Know where you go. Go find an empty parking lot. Know how big you are. Know how small you are. Get you some cones. Get a few reference things. It's really cool. And really, just challenge yourself. Just feel where your brakes are. Accelerate a little bit. Put your brakes down by a quarter. How fast do you stop? How does that feel normal? Do it again. This time, do it halfway. Only go 20, 30 miles. You don't have to go fast to see how quick and how fast your ABS will activate and how the car will behave in a different way because of that. Same with your acceleration. Test your acceleration a little bit. I'm not telling you pedal to the metal every time, but there's also some times of importance where you need to know how to quickly accelerate to safely merge, and you need to not be afraid to be able to quickly accelerate. And again, yeah, especially know your size with what you're driving. I think one of the biggest things I can say is get some cones and practice parallel parking and backing into spaces. Those two things, especially backing into spaces, because you'll get very used and accustomed to how large your vehicle is, like how big of a space you take up, how much you can wiggle, how you can actually get in and out of tight spaces, and just knowing how large your vehicle is and having that sense of size. Of course, you're just always going to be safer as well when you're maneuvering around other vehicles. See if you can find a little overview about the features of your car. It's probably in your manual. Read, the first page or two. Sit down, just spend a little bit of time to get used to it. Get used to how, and I know as weird as this may sound, but know what your car sounds and smells like. And I know that may sound odd, but you kind of need to know what coolant possibly smells like, or burning oil, burning fuel, burning plastics, sounds as well. It's incredibly funny going into your mechanic and going, oh, it's making a sound, and then not really explaining anything else. Try to become familiar with some common sounds. And then, and then the last thing, now that we know what our car does, how it likes to feel, how it likes to behave, that we're keeping our engine healthy, keeping everyone else and ourselves included safe. And now that we know how to do all that, we've really got to keep it tidy. We know how to keep the health of the major components together now. We're checking our oil, we're checking our coolant, checking our transmission fluid. So now we need to know how to properly maintain the car, and not just a healthy aspect, but a visual aspect. You got to keep it clean. So first thing I'm going to mention on this, and it's something that I will die on this hill, and I will argue with my parents. If you have older parents, you probably have this argument with them as well, especially if you have non-car enthusiast parents. As a car enthusiast, please, I beg you, please stop taking cars to automatic car washes that use physical brushes. Now look, I want to be clear. There are some automatic car washes that are fine, like the Jet ones. Still not a huge fan of them, but they're fine. Those big ones where they'll just shoot foam, and then they just shoot water. There's nothing that scrubs your car. There's no little dangly things for it to go under and all that. And then they've got a big old HVAC thing that just blow dries the car off. You need a quick wash, do it. That's fine. What I am talking about is the one, remember, like the old Valero one. They got the big old scrub brushes where it comes and hits the doors of your car, and it squeezes the thing back up and down on your windshield. Yeah, those are at a gas station, and I want you to think about how often those brushes are changed. And then also I want you to think about how expensive a brush that size is. Yeah, it kind of starts to set in how you realize, oh, these like never get cleaned. So like when the big truck came in that just did a bunch of mud running and has all sorts of metals and zinc and mica embedded in the mud that it just wiped off, and then you take your nice new car through it. Yeah, what do you think happened to all of the metals that were in the mud that got hit? Did they all get swiped away? No, a lot of those got caught up in these brushes, these fabrics. That's why every auto detailer gets specific ones, and even then you still have to pretty frequently buy new ones. So that's what I'm getting at here. Whenever you go to these brushes, you're just scratching your car. You are giving that thing hell. You are destroying your clear coat. And what's going to happen is you're going to go, oh, well, it's not my problem. And you're going to go and use that brush automatic for 3 years. And then you're going to go, well, I don't know why I'm losing. My paint's fading already on my 2021 car that I bought brand new because you scratched all the clear coat off of it. You didn't maintain it at all. So yes, please stop. Stop going to automatic car washes that still use brushes. Again, laser or car wash, fine, whatever. Brush one? No, stop it. Of course, oh, well, Isaac, you just said I can't use brushes, but detailers use brushes all the time. Oh. Yeah, that's why you do it at your house and you buy the specific good materials to do it, and then you clean them so that you can use them again. So yes, you can go to like any store nowadays, Walmart, any auto store. I really hate Amazon, so I'm not going to try to say that. But yeah, any online retailer as well. Go and get you a pack of just microfiber towels. That's all you need to clean your car. If you really want to get in there, get gritty, do some detail work, yes, you can get the special sponges, and you can get the little special buckets, and you can get mitts, and you can get drying towels, and you can get all the whole 9 yards on detailing. But if you just want to maintain your car and you just want to give it a good wash like you normally would through an automatic car wash, you don't need all that. Just go get some microfiber towels and get you any. I think Grotz makes a super cheap one that's at like every retail store ever that attaches to your hose. Get you some Mr. Chemical. What is it? Chemical Brothers. Get you some suds, whatever sounds nice to you, and just go to town. Rinse it down first, then go get you some suds going. Get your towel. If you've got any special spots, go over there and rinse it back off again. And then, of course, if you want to do detailing, you want to take it to the next level. You got a car, you love it. It doesn't even have to be brand new. It's just something that you really like and you really, really want to maintain it. It is worth the time. I would definitely say going and seeing about getting a ceramic and hydrophobic coating for the car. It's just think of it as another buffer layer between your clear coat, your wax and buff, and the weather. These, ceramic and hydrophobic coatings are fantastic to use. They will absolutely help you maintain your car and make it easier to clean as well. Now, of course, these are coatings, so they will wear off over time. They will deteriorate, and you will have to have them reapplied. Or you can go get it professionally done. They will have a warranty on it. They will gladly reapply it. But yeah, those are our 5 things. Thank you for stopping by to Eco Auto or IKO Auto. I kind of don't know which way we're going to pronounce it yet. Yeah, this was Isaac. I hope this was entertaining and educational, and I hope to be producing more content like this. Yeah. What's the YouTube? Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, please. Thank you.
Was it scary when the car sped by?
I do PG-13 things to jars of mayonnaise.